Can already clean your floor, cook your food, be your companion or go to war. The concept of a robot for every human task is well advanced, and experts say within 2 decades there could be more robots on Earth than people. But they'll also take over millions of jobs. A new study by Oxford University says that almost half of all jobs in industrialised nations like Australia are at risk from automation. Greg Hoy reports on this brave new world.
Meet Baxter, the next generation of humanoid robot. The first of his species to arrive in Australia. He'll be your slave for just $35,000.
Baxter is revolutionary. This is a robot that is packed full of sensors, of cameras, designed to work with people. It really is at the cutting edge of technology.
Internationally, Baxter is in hot demand amongst medium and smaller sized businesses.
At last count, 180 companies that have installed Baxter. We have one company in the UK who's seriously looking at installing 1,000 Baxters.
The very special thing about Baxter is that it is able to learn very quickly on the basis of human instruction. So I think as we do see this increased intelligence in robots, they will be able to do an increasingly wide range of tasks.
There are around 700 robots being imported into Australia annually, like these at the nation's largest brickworks, Austral.
You have to adopt evolution of technology. Those that continue to evolve their businesses and factories and embrace anything that's available to them to be more efficient and more competitive will always survive and thrive.
It is the most modern brickworks in the world. These two robots toil 24/7, 365 days a year to stack 75 million bricks. Once upon a time, and not that long ago, this job would require 10 tough men at a time, working 8-hour shifts. Management says the robots have cut workplace injuries and costs.
There's a constant drive to reduce our input costs into our business. That allows us to deliver cheaper and better products to the end user.
It is a familiar refrain amongst manufacturers, large and small. The robotic revolution is emerging on workshop floors across the country, such as this duct fabrication plant.
We got the robot to be a bit more competitive. We thought, well, we can get the price down a little bit. Therefore, we've cut a lot of labour down. And
like how much labour?
Look, probably including the robot and jigging and a few other smart things we've done, we've probably cut it by about 50%.
Robotics have also transformed this painting works in Victoria's Thomastown.
Well, we've been doing this for 30 years and we've always had issues with staffing, absenteeism, getting people skilled and trained to do the job. And the robot with one operator in there loading it can do twice as much work as one man can manually.
A world away from the robotic front, in the almost 900-year-old surrounds of Oxford University, Australian Professor Michael Osborne and his research colleagues at the Oxford Martin School have issued a dire forecast about the rising rate of automation and the job losses it could trigger.
So we analysed a set of data from the US and found that 47% of current US employment is at high risk of automation.
Dr. Osborne believes the impact could be equally dramatic in Australia.
A fairly similar fraction of employment is at high risk of automation over the next 20 years. So I believe that will be the case for Australia as well.
Robotic capabilities are rapidly rising, as this French robot here performing Tai Chi at Melbourne's Science Works illustrates. But ominously for some, costs of worker robots and automation generally are falling just as fast.
We will find a place for robots in pretty much every field. Well, a robot will carry on doing the same job over and over again without necessarily taking a break, and can work, if required, 24 hours a day.
34-year-old dock worker and father of three, Ben Bartolo, is about to lose his job at Sydney's Port Botany, a victim of the relentless advance of automation.
Patrick's are going to bring automation into the terminal, in where they're not going to need basically my position anymore.
Australia's largest port operator, Patrick Stevedores, is about to slash its workforce by deploying driverless robots at Port Botany. Ben Bartolo is just one of 180 so far who've been told their jobs must go.
I'm just a worker that wants to come to work and do my job and go home and maintain a living for my family. And so automation, I don't know, it feels cold, I guess.
Mining, too, has seen massive automation. Soon, half of all iron ore produced in the Pilbara will be transported by driverless robotic trucks. Working 24 hours a day, their control centres hundreds of kilometres away. Every major miner in Australia is now using or about to use robo-trucks, which once required the biggest workforce in the mining industry. Robotic trains and drilling are on the way.
On the outward side, it's a big thing. It's a big, shiny thing. We've halved the workforce. We've got rid of human beings. Hurrah, hurrah. We are world's best practice. Not my idea of best business practice.
Being a family man with children and regular payments, a regular mortgage, it brings a dark cloud over everybody, I'd say. They're not knowing what's going to lie in the future.
By the Oxford Martin School's calculations, automation could cost as many as 5 million existing jobs in Australia. Some, however, say automation technologies will bring far greater gains than job losses.
We need to be cautious about making big conclusions about jobs at risk. There's a next wave of computerisation coming, and it's a very powerful technology. The kinds of technologies that we're going to get, I think they're going to assist humans in the types of decisions that they reach. So I view it as a positive, optimistic type of development that'll free up people's time to focus on higher level activities.
Greg Hoy reporting.